Okay, the next thing that I want to discuss is major assignment and examination. So we have research paper, 3 tests on book content consists of exam 1, chapter 1 and 2, exam 2, chapter 3 and 4, and exam 3, chapter 5 and 6. And 3 skill tests on Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and Access Database. And also the training module from SIMNet consists of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access lessons. Okay. I believe total I have about more or less about 12 to 15 lessons of this Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Access. And final exam. Okay. General description of its lecture you can read on your own. Basically, I just want to highlight the main part. Chapter 1 is introduction about computer basics. Chapter 2 hardware. Chapter 3 software. Chapter 4 internet. And chapter 5 network and security. Then the last one is chapter 6, which is changing the world. Okay. Developmental study policy statement. You can read on your own as well here. Equal education institution and equal employment opportunity. You can also read that. Title 9 in case you have any concern or issue about Title 9 statement. Pregnant and parenting students, alternative format, and ADA, also veteran statement. Okay. The next thing that I want to discuss is the topic outline. This is a tentative schedule, so we may slightly ahead or behind schedule depending on the class performance. Students are advised to spend about, this is 8. I'm going to edit this. Students need to spend on average about 8 to 12 hours per week in order to be successful in the course. So, for example, you may spend about 1.5 to 2 hours per day, Monday to Friday, and then you take a break on the weekend. Or you can use weekend to do some catch up. Okay. So here is my tentative schedule. The way that I organize the course is bi-weekly. So we have 5 weeks here. The first week is July 10 to the 15th. Okay. Our assignment is chapter 1 reading, which is introduction to computer. Also, you have chapter 1 reviews and assignments. Okay, chapter 1 reviews and assignment. For the labs, we have word lesson 1 to 3, and I will give you word handout and the word skill test. As you can see that summer course is very short and we have to do so many tasks. I would suggest that students manage and plan the time accordingly. I do understand that some of you may have family responsibilities and some of you may have to work full-time. So be sure that when you enroll in this class, you may need to allocate or put aside a few hours per day to work on assignment in order to be successful and learn well in this course. Okay. So week number 2 from July 16th to 22nd, you have chapter 2 and chapter 3, hardware and software, and then we will do chapter 2 review, assignment and discussion, and chapter 3 review and assignment. At the end of that, at the end of week number 2, we will have exam 1, chapter 1 and 2, and then as far as for the lab, we will have PowerPoint lesson 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. Okay. As you notice that we do not have PowerPoint skill test here. Week number 3 is July 23rd to 29. we will cover chapter 4 internet, chapter 4 reviews and assignment, and also at the end of week number 3, which is July 29, student will take exam number 2, that cover chapter 3 and 4. As far as for the lab, we need to work on the Excel lessons 1 through 4, Excel handout, and Excel skill test. Okay. All of this assignment is due at the end of the week. So, for example, week 1 from July 10 to 15. So, if you look at my calendar here on the right hand corner, is due by midnight on the 15th. And then week number 2 from July 16 to 22nd. So all assignments and including the exam is due by midnight on the 22nd. And week number 3 from July 23rd to 29th, all assignments are due by midnight Sunday here. Okay, so make sure that you all manage and plan your time accordingly, since the class itself is not that too difficult. However, it is time consuming. Okay? Require a lot of work and require a lot of dedication of your time. Okay? So week number 4 from July 30th to August 5th is chapter 5. We will cover chapter 5, networking, and then we will work on chapter 5, review and assignment. As far as for the lab, we will cover access lesson 1 through 4, access handout, and access skill test. And the last one, which is week number 5, from August 6 to 9, which is the last day of class. The last day of class is August 9. So if you look at on the calendar, from 6 to the 9, we will cover chapter 6, changing the world, chapter 6, review and assignment. We will have exam number 3 that cover chapter 5 and 6, and the last one is final exam. So at the end of week number 5, which is here on August 9, Thursday, student need to take exam number 3 and final exam. I will provide the review also in that week, so student will have a study guide to what is the expectation for the final exam. I will provide like a list of concepts to study so student can prepare for the final exam. I just want to point out here, as you notice that at the end of week number 2, we have exam 1, chapter 1 and 2. Before student complete this exam 1, you need to do chapter 1 review and chapter 2 review. Some of the question on the exam is from the review. So student need to take the review first, then take the exam afterward. Okay, so similarly with exam number 2, you have chapter 3 review and chapter 4 review. Where can you find this review? I have this review on the SIMnet. So let me show it to you. If you log into Blackboard, if you log into SIMnet here, let me show you here. Let me show you here. When I log into SIMnet, okay. When you log into SIMnet, let me choose the class, which is V. Okay, here I log in as a student. So if I go to summer V31, as you can see that here is the review, chapter 1 review. Oh, I accidentally pressed that. Here, You have chapter 1 review and chapter 2 review, and then you take the test. Okay. Review, student can take as many time as they like for the review. However, for the exam, you are only allowed to take once. Okay. For the word, I have word lesson 1, word lesson 2, word lesson 3, and word lesson 4. Also, I will provide the handout in the blackboard. So that's what is referring to this one, lab. Okay. Word lesson 1 through 4, and then I will provide handout through the blackboard. Where you can take the word skill test. The word skill test is on the SIMNet here. On the SIMNet. Here. Okay, I have this one. Word skill test, Office 2016. So, before students complete this word skill test, they need to finish this lesson first. Lesson 1, 2, 3, and 4. Without completing this training or without completing this, if students have not complete these lessons, they may not be able to take the word skill test, because the word skill test consists of some of the items that you have learned here on the lessons. Okay. So I hope that this orientation is helpful to you. Please email me in case you have any questions. I would suggest that you download the syllabus and print it out, read it a few times and carefully. Thank you. Have a great semester.